You're like, Pat, back in the tank top, what's that all about? Well, I'm heated. Okay. I'm heated today. Now, certainly, the weather has turned. It's hot and sticky outside. It is great to be able to put the tank top back on all day long. You know, because whenever it's like rainy, snowy, windy, warm, it's not necessarily an everyday. Now it feels like the weather has turned. But I'm heated today because once again, the greedy corporate fat cats are forcing a big market to beat a small market. Now, are the New York Knicks good at basketball? Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is Jalen Brunson a force?
Yeah.
He wasn't playing. He was hurt for a quarter, and he came back, had no problems, but he was hurt for a quarter, so I don't know what they injected him with or what they found out, but whatever it was, he misses a quarter, they're dead. The Knicks are dead. The Pacers winning, beating. Miles Turner, windmill dunking. Tyrese Halliburton can't miss. The Pacers are about to steal one in New York in Madison Square Garden in a series in which they're not supposed to win. They're not supposed to be in. Knicks fans were already saying the game was over because Jalen Brunson was expected to be out for the rest of the game, maybe even the rest of the series. And Knicks fans are like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys are definitely the worst team here, and you're going to steal a win. Matt Brown at 9:36 p.m. yesterday put out a full. It was a good run. It was a fun run. We had a blast. Yeah, the Knicks was a fun team this year. It was nice to get back in there and feel like we could win. You know, he puts that whole tweet out when Jalen Brunson misses an entire quarter and the Pacers go on to dominate for a quarter. Well, then Jalen Brunson comes back, and then all of a sudden, guess what? He doesn't miss.
Nope.
Okay. And somehow the Pacers miss everything. The Pacers start getting everything blocked. Jalen Brunson's mere aura on the court made their entire team better and our entire team worse. But you know what helped? The three refs running up and down the court, blowing everything against the Pacers, overturning calls. Double dribbles getting overturned in crucial moments. Why? Because the other coach bitched about it. Well, what about the kickball that you called with less than a minute left in the first game that couldn't get overturned even though everybody saw it was a hand and then the move and block? I'm not the only one who feels this way.
No.
Okay? And we've been battling this as a company from Indiana.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
True.
Small market, no respect.
Exactly.
Here's Rick Carlisle talking about, the overturn of the double dribble and then what his thoughts are on the entire thing. Has this guy been around the NBA a long time?
Yeah.
Does this guy have a pretty good NBA brain?
Yeah.
Let's listen to what he has to say. The man who sent in 79 fouls to be reviewed by the NBA because he's disappointed in everything taking place.
One guy just said he didn't double dribble.
Okay.
But it looked to me like, Tibbs went out there and argued it, and they changed it. That's what it looked like. So I can only go by what I see what I saw, and that's small beans compared to everything else.
Big beans elsewhere.
Huge.
But
Jack and the Giant beans.
small market teams deserve an equal shot. They deserve a fair shot, no matter where they're playing.
What about the little guy?
Anybody else?
Yeah. Pretty clear what I just said there. He's going to get fined so much money.
Yep.
I can't fathom how much money he's going to get fined by the NBA for saying that. And boy, whenever I go on an entire rant about that happening because my fandom of the Pacers and I really feel legitimized.
Sure.
Whenever he says, which is only going to empower more people to take the stance that he potentially took, which means the NBA is going to be even more pissed about what Coach Carlisle said. Joining us now is the man who reported about all the fouls that the Pacers sent into the NBA league office this morning. 70-some, I do believe. That has to be a record.
Right.
Is this the most amount of calls being sent into the league office in the history of basketball? And when
it's got to be up there.
And when he says something like that, is Adam Silver thinking to himself, oh, that's cute. Here's a massive fine coming your way? Because I'd assume that is not something that the league necessarily wants out there.
No. This is common for teams to send in clips after playoff games. In fact, there's this new rule. I don't know if it's a year or two old, but now when you send in a clip, the other team in the playoff series gets to see your message. It's like an automatic carbon copy. I think they did that to try to keep teams from sending so many in. But the thing about this is that I don't think Rick was really that mad about last night. I mean, he was mad about last night, but I think what he was really mad about was Monday night in Game 1. Because I'm a big defender of the officials. I feel like in the national media, I'm like maybe the biggest defender of the officials. And part of that is because I go out and see games across the world, and I see how bad the actual refereeing is across the world. And I go, we got it's imperfect, but we got the best we got. Okay. And so I'm always
You've seen the comps. You've seen the comps. Yeah, you got the comps.
Yeah. I've seen referees have to get escorted off the floor because they're going to get attacked by the fans. I believe that 99% of the time, no matter what anybody says, refereeing certain calls don't decide the outcome. But Monday night was the 1%.
Yeah.
Monday night, that kickball call was crushing. And not only that, but there was an illegal screen right before the kickball, which I didn't have a problem with them not calling. But then they called the illegal screen a few seconds later. I will defend officials all day long. That play cost the Pacers Game 1 because it's a tie game. It's going to be a fast break. The Pacers just did a great job getting the steal. Neesmith comes off that illegal screen, busts his tail to get in there, knocks the ball out, and the Pacers are going to be on a fast break in a tie game. And what's going to happen is probably one of those Knicks guys is going to grab a Pacer, and it's probably going to be a take foul, and they're going to get a shot and the ball, and maybe they put the game away in that possession. Instead,
Bingo, Wendy!
The next shoot of 3. So, this
Ryan,
is
Indianapolis.
Boom.
Love what you're doing right now. Love Windiana. Windiana. Love what you're doing, Windy. Keep saying it, pal, because you're an actual basketball person. Yeah, you know.
So that play was worth flipping out over. Seriously. And then they didn't. And so the Pacers, I don't know if they had a big powwow before the press conference, but they decided they were going to take the high road. And they weren't. In fact, they didn't even send. They didn't even send any clips in. I mean, listen. After the game, the referee admitted they botched it. They didn't wait for the 2-minute report. The referee took accountability and said, "We botched that call," which was obvious, but still, So, what ended up happening, I think, is that Rick was hoping that they would get a more fair whistle in Game 2. Now, I don't think that last night's game was egregious, but I got to be honest, I spent the entire second quarter watching footage of the first quarter trying to figure out where Jalen Brunson got hurt.
Yeah.
So he may produce 11 clips from the second quarter and go, look at these 11 plays, and I might be like, you know what, you're right.
We went on a run in the second quarter. I don't think he's bitching about the second quarter. I don't think there's any of that happening. But let's get away from that. The Pacers are going to use this as fuel. Wait till you guys get back to Indiana. Mm-hmm. Those refs thought MSG was intimidating and felt obligated to make calls for the home team. Wait till they get downtown Indianapolis. Halliburton and Caitlin Clark's house.
Yeah, exactly.
That place is going to be romping. They might have to get escorted.
The big event in Indy is tonight, right? Tomorrow is the dessert. Tonight is the big event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Caitlin Clark, first game.
Preseason. It's preseason.
Yeah,
preseason.
Well, you're not going to be courtside for that? Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Regular season starts next Thursday.
That's right.
In Indiana.
We're good doing stuff for Mother's Day tonight.
Yeah.
We're trying to plan for Sunday.
Oh, I gotcha.
Just a reminder.
Yeah, it's we should potentially go to that, actually, now that Wendy breaks
It's preseason. Don't let No, it's preseason.
Yeah, but remember, Wendy told us, I will never cover the WNBA because of how busy I am covering the other stuff. Remember, he said that.
Yeah, verbatim.
And now he's telling us, you guys.
I love covering Team USA women in the Olympics and stuff. They're awesome. I love covering the women. They're great to watch play.
Talking about the W.
We're talking about the W. Okay, we're talking about the W.
Yeah.
The W.
I have not been to a WNBA game in a number of years.
Good news. We got you tickets tonight, courtside.
All right. I'm coming in. I'll be in tonight.
Okay, you got a +3, I think. I think you got +3. Okay. Look at it. Now, if you don't go, you're...
Yeah, that guy.
All right. I'm not landing until after 11, so I won't make it, but I just heard that that's the big event. the big event in Indy the next 2 days is Caitlin Clark tonight. That's what I was told.
I will say, Caitlin Clark is moving the needle here.
Next
in
couple
Indianapolis.
months.
You know,
By the way, did you guys see? And I don't mean to get off the topic, but
We'll get
did you guys see the other night when the Fever played an exhibition game that wasn't on TV, and so somebody just live streamed it on their phone on Twitter?
I didn't see how.
And it had had 100,000 viewers live at one point.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's Caitlin
I
Clark.
mean,
Mover.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, now they got charter flights and life is good. You know, the W is only growing. Maybe someday it'll earn a windy coverage. You know, and that'll
If
certainly.
I was getting in early, if I didn't, I was going to take a flight right now, but I do the show. I had to push my flight.
Oh,
back.
so it's our fault. Okay,
Don't
Windy.
you dare.